Come on. Okay, we're live on Hangouts. And that means we're live on gun channels. We're just waiting for the good old, well, I wouldn't call them good old. They're not good anymore. They've even deprived me of doing live streams from my phone. YouTube has caught up with us, so there we go. So we're broadcasting on. Let me start here with my reading here. Welcome, live from the crossroads of America. A 1 hour talk show about disabilities, shooting with disabilities, guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our minds. We answer questions from the audience. They want to just type them in the chat box or send me an email at Rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Anybody who is interested in listening to past episodes or has to leave before this one is over, the audio file will be on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher within 24 hours of the show ending. Also, I have for any of those kind people who want to help me support the channel here, I have a Patreon page and stuff like that. So go there, and I have some patches to sell if you don't win one. Not patches, stickers. I'm in the process of trying to get some money together to get some patches done. So I'm trying to get, since Patriot won the contest, I got to pay for my patches. So anyway, that's enough of my opening there. I just want to say hi to who we got in the chat room on YouTube. Jason Stewart, John Z. Then we got the Kingpin. He's doing triple duty, I think, because he's on gun channels and in the panel. Unknown User is there. They're starting to trickle in now. We got Sean Connery on gun channels. We got Rich White on YouTube. So we're going good. So let me introduce my panel. And we have Patriot in the Dark. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful, sir.
Okay,
glad
great
to be here. Thank you.
All right, and next is the Kingpin himself. How you doing, David?
Oh, not too bad. Thanks for having me, Rick. Appreciate it.
Okay, then the next is that forklift guy. How you doing?
Hey, good evening.
Yeah. And then we got Blind Shooter. How's it going in New York?
Same shit, different communist day.
Okay. And I've got some other invites out. I got a new guy. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. But I have a new guy we haven't had before, so we can bore him with all our stuff if he shows up. Well, Wednesday. I was just telling the guys before the chat, my computer crashed on me on Saturday after the show. It took me 2 days to get it figured out. And I don't know if I really got it figured out or not, but it's working. For how long, I don't know. But from what I've been told from Night Strike and some other computer guys, I had bad clusters on the hard drive. I managed to hide them for the computer, for it doesn't see it when it boots up, so it's working right now. And I've been told that means my hard drive is on the way out. So I got to get a new hard drive. Not only that, this is how the week I've had. I forgot to mention this to the guys. My chair, you can hear it squeak. Now, if I move too much, it cracks. The bottom of it's got a big crack in it. I know I'm a fat guy, but I've had this chair for about 4 years. So for a big guy like I am, it's lasted quite well.
Just use duct tape and WD-40.
So I got to get a new chair.
No, not WD-40. Use spray white lithium grease. Trust me.
Well, for the squeak?
Yeah. On office furniture.
And for the crack, I was thinking of using JB Weld.
On a chair like that, for lubricating, I know WD-40 works on a lot of stuff, but spray white lithium grease is what you want to use for that.
Yeah. Real quick, unknown user. I don't know. How do you pronounce that guy's name? Michigo? Yes, I've gone to his page. I've actually subbed to him, but to be honest, I haven't watched any of his videos yet because I had the computer problem. And, besides the computer problem, my chair giving out on me, I had to take my cats to the vet. So that was $300. Then I didn't tell the guys this either. Then this afternoon, I put my thing on the back on my tailgate, not my tailgate, on my hitch, where I can put my scooter on. You know, because I thought I'd get it ready for when I go to the NRA show at the end of the month. Plus, I thought I'd go to Walmart's tomorrow. I got to pick up my cat's insulin, so I thought I'd use it then. Oh my God! Trying to get that thing on there, and it's been sitting outside. I had it covered in a tarp all winter, so all the nuts and bolts are rusted there. And you should have seen me. I had to get on. I put a blanket on the ground. I got down real slowly, laid underneath the thing to tighten these bolts up underneath, because it's a anti-shimmy thing or something that stops the thing from vibrating in the hitch or some crap. Anyway, I got it on there. Whether it's going to stay or not, I don't know. But you should have seen me trying to get up. You know, I reckon the neighbors were having a well of a time watching me, but I made it. So, I mean, that's kind of week I've had so far. So I hope it gets better. So what's that? Oh, Jay, you got your prize back? Yes, I put two in one box because you won twice, Jason. I thought I saved myself on the postage. So, there we go. Anyway, let's get started. We've touched on this question many times, but I'm coming at it from a different angle. I think it was because I was listening to Sean the other day, because he got his new Walters Q5, whatever, competition pistol or whatever it is, and it's. I mean, he said it's the best shooting gun he's ever had. Right now, my 1911 is solid metal, and it is the nicest shooting gun I've ever had. You know, I mean, where I'm going with this is because, you know, I'm thinking because of the arthritis and stuff moving down to 380. With that, I mean, that 1911 is a 45 ACP, the same as my carry gun right now, which is the M&P 45 full size. That 1911 has a less violent recoil than this thing does because of the weight. So, am I forsaking that for the smaller gun? Or is it because it's a 380, it's going to sort of like even itself out? Did that make sense, guys?
So what you're saying is you want a metal 380. So get a 238, right? Back me up on this, Patriot.
That's a single action. It's pretty small. I mean, you could even get a Browning BDA. That's full size and 13 rounds of little 380.
Is it all metal?
Yeah, besides the wood grips.
What model
that's the
is
one
it?
I just picked up. It's the Browning BDA 380. You had to get it used. I don't think they have any new ones. Of course, you are in Indiana.
Yeah.
But I just picked up one used.
Oh,
and it's a full size. So.
I mean, but even if I went with that on a 380, the recoil would be even less than the the Z380, right? Because you got to forsake something. Going for light, you have to give something up.
Yeah. I've never shot the 380 EZ. I know Rich has, so I would look over at Gun Channels because that's probably where he's at, and I would ask him.
Oh, but ain't that's a polymer frame though, right?
The polymer frame, but yeah.
Yeah. Unknown user says Walter has the all-metal PPK in 380, which is the same gun 007 has. Now, I've got the P64, which is basically just a knockoff of that.
Yeah.
But I get slide bite on that thing, something fierce. You know? It's a nice little gun, but I don't like shooting it because of the slide bite I get on it. So I found some grips for it that come with an extra long beaver tail, for I won't get that thing that I might start using it. So Anyway, that was what I was thinking about, and talking about using my, getting my, I've been charging my scooter up. Yeah, I mean, it sits outside too, and it's all wrapped up in I got a blanket on it, then I got a cover, then I got a tarp on top of that. And it's well protected. But I mean, I let's see, since I've been here 6 months now, and I've charged it up 3 times, and it didn't really need charging. Those batteries hold up really good, but it's at peak performance right now. So, and I was thinking about. But see, the problem where I was going with this with you guys last week, I don't know if I'm talking about, is when I lay the thing down flat and the cart goes up on it, the scooter comes off, and I'll drop the tailgate to, get I use that as a workbench when I'm at the shooting range. But now, because the thing's down, there's about 1.5 foot gap between the end of that and my tailgate, and leaning over to do that is bad on the back. So I mean, somebody suggested getting because it's a full size pickup. Get a piece of 4x8 ply and slide it forward.
Yeah.
Clamp it on there. I got some of those clamps that you squeeze tight with the rubber suction things on them. If I could do that on the tailgate and slide it up even with the then I would have my table there without hurting me,
I don't think you would need clamps. If it's a full-size piece that you could pull out, it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, sticking over a foot, you said?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it would go. I mean...
No. Yeah. Rich White says the recoil on the Shield 380 Easy is light. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because they're scaling it down. You're getting a smaller gun, but you're getting also smaller ammo. So is it,
But I think that's kind of the design. Part of the design is to make it so that it's not so snappy and everything as well. I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Easy is not just because of racking, and I'm sure. Some kind of. Not that it's magic.
Yeah. Or I got another way around this is don't put that ramp on the back of my truck, because the scooter does come apart into, is it 4 pieces? The seat comes off the frame. You take the batteries out, then the frame divides in half or something. So I could put it in the back of the truck that way. The heaviest part weighs 70 pounds.
I think the plywood thing would be, as long as you get a good thick, 3/4 or something.
Yeah.
So it's not going to bend or flex on you. I wouldn't get any thin stuff.
Yeah, but as I was saying,
as long as you could pull it out, I think that would be the easiest thing.
Yeah. What made me think of starting to use the scooter again? I went to Walmart's, when I was the one-day millionaire when I got paid. And, you hear my seat cracked in when I moved in it? I went to Walmart. I mean, if I go down to the local dollar store, I can walk around there. I go slow and use the cart. But Walmart is just way too big for me to do it. I can't. I mean, I can start with a cart, but I won't get very far. So I use a scooter. I use one of their scooters. But when I went there Friday, besides taking me 15 minutes to find a handicapped parking spot, then I had to sit inside for 30 minutes to find a cart for a cart to come available. So I thought, well, hell with that. I can park anywhere in the parking lot, take my own scooter. I wouldn't have to worry about parking in a handicapped spot if I didn't want to. And I don't have to wait for a cart. The only disadvantage with all of this is carrying capacity. I got nothing to. All you got is one of them tiny little girly baskets on the front.
So drag a cart behind you.
Yeah, yeah. But what I normally do is I normally get a what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it.
Well, the carry baskets.
Yes. Yeah, and I normally carry one of those and load up there. Oh, one good thing about that is that it makes me buy less because I got less stuff to carry, less room to carry.
Don't pull a cart behind you. It's bad enough the scooter blocks a whole aisle. Whenever somebody is doing that, they're pulling that cart behind them. It is just, you can't get around them. It's rude.
That's great. I would do it just in case you're shopping with squid. So I will give you $20 if you do that next time you're shopping with squid.
Yeah. Well, no, my cart is not that wide. Walmart is the aisles. Well, actually, talking about that, this Walmart here in Indiana, I noticed the aisles are not as wide as they were in Rhode Island. I'm not saying Rhode Island was better, but and the one in Rhode Island carried more products. Also, I used to be able to buy my British tea there, my mustard, and stuff like that, and this place doesn't carry that kind of stuff. It's kind of damn annoying, really. So, but I gotta remember, I'm out here in the sticks. You know what I'm saying?
How far away is the nearest Meijer?
I don't even know what a Myers is.
Meijer will make you never want to go to Walmart again.
Do we have Myers down here in Indiana?
Heck yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Well, I have to look it up.
Yeah,
they got British food there at Meijer.
Yeah. Rich Wright says just shop at Walmart with a forklift. Forklift guy can teach you to drive it. I already know how to drive a forklift. I learned how to drive when I worked for the U.S. government.
Well, it would take up less space in the aisle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There is a Meijer in Highland, Lafayette, Chapel Ridge, Indianapolis, and another one in Indianapolis. Franklin, Muncie, Maryville, Stone Creek, Anderson, McCordsville, Goshen. Apparently, there's a lot of Myers in Indiana. So,
all right. So I have to look to find out where the closest one is to me. Because I still haven't learned all the towns around me. I only know a few of them. So. All right. So that's the place to go, Myers, is it?
Yeah, they carry different things.
Sometimes Walmart is cheaper, but Meijer has better sales and better selection. They definitely have a better produce department.
Yeah, and it depends on the Meijers as well, because there's some Meijers that are kind of like a satellite Meijers that's not a full one. I've got one right by me, and it's horrible. You go to get antifreeze that's across from the milk because their aisles are all crazy. So.
You got one of the old ones, that's why.
Yeah. No, there's a brand new one, but they just didn't do a full one. It's kind of odd.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we'll get over all my problems. Hopefully the rest of the week will get better for me. So Patriot, you had something to do about some giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday, I mentioned that I did the Every Second Matters April 2nd, which was the Defend Liberty video.
Yeah.
And that I had a gentleman, I believe it's a gentleman. Yes, it was a male name. So anyway, comment on the video was talking about repealing the Second Amendment. And so I called and asked everybody to be civil and, actually have a discussion. Several comments went through, and Three of them stick out in my head. Now, the first one, now that I'm just going to talk through this, so don't get excited if I mention you first and second and third. But unknown user had a really good comment. It was pretty long, lots of words in it. And then actually, Calaveras had actually started. He had commented before I even mentioned the giveaway, and then our good friend Kingpin David, he had started a conversation, and as it went on, they actually, I believe, Calaveras and David have continued the conversation. I don't know. I haven't spoke to him about it through email with this person, and so it's actually continued on. For the most part, everything was on the up and up. There were some. I don't know how the actual comment. I didn't read through them in the last day, but I would say that, well, since David got a sticker already, and that's what the prize is. I'm gonna say that Calaveras, the little pickle. I'm gonna say that he had a good conversation because he actually kept it going. I think. I'm not sure. I haven't actually talked to him, but so yeah.
Good.
So I guess there was no suspense. I kind of just talked right through it, though. So if Calaveras would send me his info at patriotinthedark@gmail.com, I will shoot him out a sticker.
If he's not,
I think I
think I've got his. I think I've got his stuff here.
Okay. I know he's on California time, so he's probably still napping.
Yeah.
Probably nap time about this time.
Yeah.
So.
I need to get hold of him too because he sent me a bunch of stickers of his to give away in my packs,
okay.
and I've run out.
And just for the record, unknown user, you can send me your information. I believe I have it, but I'm old and I'm forgetful. So go ahead and send it to me. So. So yeah, so those three are the winners of the talk and not, actually have a conversation. So I do appreciate it, and that's what it's all about: is awareness and actually having a conversation. I'm sure David can speak more about it because he is here in the room. So go ahead, Dave. It's your turn.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting that you welcomed that. So I definitely took my opportunity at it, and it's an opportunity that you hear everybody say that they want. They always want to be able to get into a conversation with somebody from the other side or the differing opinion or the anti-gunner or whatever you may say. And when the chance came up, I decided I wasn't going to blow it and I was going to go for it. And I have been in contact with the gentleman. I'm not going to say anything about him or our conversations because we made it clear to each other that this will be our conversation. And, I even I even had to tell Patriot that, the dude asked to have a private conversation with me. So that's why I haven't been sharing the information with Patriot. I'm not trying to break his trust. I talked to him a couple times a week. I actually got an email from him today that I'm going to respond to after the show. And it's definitely productive. It's absolutely a productive conversation. And a lot of times in the chats, people can say things that they're trying to express, and it may come out radical. Then again, they may say things that they're trying to express, and it may come out humdrum. He's not as burn every gun and destroy all the guns in the world right now as he may have seemed in his original comment. He's a lot more level-headed than I expected. And as far as I understand, the conversation's going well. Like I said, I talk to him a couple times a week, and hopefully we'll be able to come to some type of common ground, or at least some type of understanding of where his position and my position are. And there's not been any mudslinging. There hasn't been any aggressive language. It's been a really open and honest conversation, and I'm glad that I've got the chance to do it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I really appreciate it too. Because I did mention that in a comment to him that I was hoping that it would continue, with the emails and all that kind of stuff, and that I'd like to be a part of that as well. And he did comment back, so that is on the in the comment section there. So, but I do appreciate it, because that's the biggest thing, is that awareness, and actually having a conversation and all those things that you're learning, just on how to say things without coming off wrong or something, and that's huge.
Oh, unknown user said, I would like to donate my prize to the pickle as well. The tactical pickle is the correct term for him, I believe.
I know. I just call him the little pickle.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a blind guy, so I throw that card around a lot. So.
Yeah, I know. I know. You throw that blind card out there like.
Yeah. Well, see, that's one of the reasons on that comment section that I didn't jump in and say anything. That I was basically just kind of letting it go and see where it went, because I didn't want that. You throw that blind thing out. I have hard enough time talking to, pro firearm, pro Second Amendment guys with being a blind guy, let alone anybody that might be to the other side.
So hang on, let me I know what I haven't done. I put the link in the chat room on the gun channel side if anybody wants to join the panel here. Pete O is on gun channels. Did you get your prize package? I sent it. I think I sent yours. Whose is this one here? No. That one is unknown user, I believe. Or is that the prize? The one he won last week was unknown user? Yes. I haven't mailed it yet, but there it is. It's all boxed up, ready to go. So, talking about that, the prize for this Saturday coming is the, my swag pack. It's got all kinds of stickers, and there's a couple of patches in here. There's a lanyard and a what do you call them? Drive. A little, drive here?
Thumb drive.
Thumb drive, yeah. I mean, it's not very big, but it's HS Precision is what's on it. But you can always delete that stuff and use it for something else. But the coolest patch in here, to me, because I got this patch in white hanging on my thing up here. It says, "Keep calm. It's only a flesh wound." I think that's fantastic. So that was for the prize for this coming Saturday. And the question was, this is email only now, guys. Don't go putting it in the chat like some of you guys do. I just ignore what you're saying, hoping that nobody else is paying attention either. What I asked was, most of my stuff that I do live chats. I don't do very many videos anymore. I need to get back into that. But what I wanted to know is, what was the name of my last actual video that I did? And it was only a few days ago.
Wait, you do videos?
Yeah, I haven't done one in a while, but I done one a few days ago. And I want to know what the name of it was. It wasn't a very long one. It didn't even last a minute. But it was a video that I released. And I want to know the name of it. Send it to rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And you got to lunchtime Saturday to get the answer into me to be in for the drawing for that swell swag pack there. And in the meantime, I got it for the rest of the week. I got to look up for another question for you guys. Make them a bit harder, So there we go. So when you guys get that, you can email me. Yeah. And okay. What else? What else is going on with people? How about you, Blind Shooter? Anything happening? We got Pete joined us. How you doing?
Howdy, fellas. How y'all doing?
Not too bad.
Welcome, Pete. Welcome.
Did you get your prize?
I sure did, and thanks again, man. Love it.
No problem. No problems. Just make sure you got it. So that's good. All right.
Yeah.
So, what's new with you?
Oh, not much. Had a little bit of a topic. Wouldn't mind running through the room to see what y'all think.
All right, go for it.
All right. I don't currently own a good safe. Now, started looking at them. They're a little bit out of my price range for anything decent. But at the used to be Gander Mountain, now it's Gander Outdoors. They've got these little snap-on. Really, it's a cabinet that kind of looks like a safe. It's like $100. What do y'all think about those?
I got one. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on here. That's what this is right here. That's a snap-on cabinet.
My question would be, what is the primary purpose of your safe?
Keep my 5-year-old out of them.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yep.
If you were saying to keep a thief out of it, or to make it more difficult for a thief while you were out of the house, or to protect it in the event of a fire, that thing's junk. To keep a 5-year-old out, that's just fine.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I just got it.
The same way, though.
You know, I just got it. You know, it's in there. You know, yeah, they can bust into it real easy, but I figured, you know, they're in there. It'll keep an honest guy honest.
Yeah,
My
you can bolt them down as well.
My recommendation when it comes to safes, if you don't have to buy a safe and you can build, like, turn a closet or, you know, a room into a safe room, I'd do that instead. But, you know, that's not always plausible. Don't ever buy a brand new safe without looking for a used one first. You can get used safes online for steals when they come up, because if you're moving and you got a huge safe that you don't feel like carrying around or hiring somebody to come get, you want to get rid of it as soon as possible. So there's always cheap, good safes online. And of course, if you can't find one, then you'd have to go and buy one from the store. But that's my 2 cents about the safes.
If you've got a Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's within driving distance, a few times a year they have some really good sales on their safes. And the Redhead and Winchester safes are, I don't know who makes them, but some of those are American made and fire rated, and they're not too heavy that 2 people can't carry it empty. You take the door off of it and you lay it on its back, and somebody grabs the front, somebody grabs the back, you pick it up, and it's not that hard to move. It's not too big to fit in a closet or hallway or corner of a room. The problem is you'll fill it up real fast. So with the smaller safes, you've got the advantage of portability with that extra added security that it's a pain in the butt for somebody to steal. I mean, a couple guys in a dolly could get it. Those safes also, you could anchor them to a concrete floor if you get a hammer drill and some bolts, and you could anchor them to a concrete floor, and that's going to make it a lot more difficult to steal. They're not entirely airtight and whatnot, so if the house burns down around it, some of the stuff in there is going to get smoke damage and water damage, especially if it's at a lower level of the house, like a basement, and the house burns down, and they're just pumping water into the house trying to keep the fire from spreading. But it's still not a bad option for things like valuables and documents and stuff like that. Yeah. But that's only if you're looking for the higher level of security. If you're just looking to keep your kid out of it, then there's not a whole lot you need to do.
My kind of idea of it is usually if you get into a high-end safe that actually is rated, because most of the safes out there that are under 1,000 whatever are not really rated. They're drywall in there, which holds, the Chinese stuff, that's kind of garbage. I would say, unless you're getting, one of the higher end safes like that, I would definitely look for the used safes, like David said, Craigslist or any of those kind of things where you could find something that somebody's moving. They have a nice one and they just don't want to carry it and they're going to buy something new. The other idea is with those little gun cabinets, you can buy multiple gun cabinets. That means they're not just stashed in the back corner of your house. You can have one in, the front closet behind something, and those can be lagged as well to studs in the floor and, to make it a little difficult. But then you have the possibility of having something in, if you want to have them separated so that they're not all in one spot, that's a good option as well.
Well, also, it depends. What kind of guns are you looking to store? Handguns, rifles?
See, 3 or 4 ARs, 3 rifles, and half a dozen handguns.
Okay, because I was going to say for the handguns, Home Depot actually has some pretty good fire safes that, under $100.
I have a little lockbox I keep on my nightstand. It holds 1 gun, but that's my bedside gun, and then I have another one we keep in the living room, close to the front door, just in case that stuff. So those 2 guns those 2 boxes are dedicated to those 2 guns.
Now, do you plan on increasing your collection, or are you pretty much set on the firearms you already own?
No, I don't plan on stopping.
Well, there goes another reason why I don't use a safe. Just like Squibby said, if I'd have bought a safe, I'd have already had to have 3 of them already, and I don't have the space or the money or the desire to keep having these giant steel boxes in my house. So I had to take a closet that I've got and kind of turn it into a safe closet. It cost me some money and it cost me some time, but I've got room for more guns than I can afford.
That's a good idea, actually. If you own your place, you could do that.
Yeah, right now I'm living in a mobile home, so that's really not an option. There's not a free closet in the house.
Yeah, but those stack on cabinets just to keep them out of your 5-year away from them will work. For right now.
That was my thought. And then if I ever get into a house where I've got the room, I can always buy a safe and use the gun cabinet for ammo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can buy multiple ones of those too, because they are cheaper in that. The other thing is, those safes that obviously if somebody breaks in, they're going to go straight for that anyways. Some of those other ideas where I've had them in houses where, you have sections in a closet where you pull up the floor and, make a box in the floor joists and that kind of stuff. They got, hidden out of sight versus, locked in a box somewhere is another option. But
yeah,
what about the footlockers that the military gives? Would they be any good, Patriot?
Those are wooden.
What's that? I'm sorry.
The footlockers that you guys are issued when you join the service, would they be any good?
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be long enough for most rifles.
Yeah, not for the rifles. They're usually not that. I don't know how long this one is here, but yeah, that would be all right for store and stuff. But as far as I don't know about a 5-year-old, but if I had a 5-year-old, the first place they would go is my footlocker.
Yeah.
If I was a kid, I would go to my grandpa's footlocker before I went to anything that looked new. That's why I have my grandfather's footlocker in my office here, so don't tell nobody. I'm sure he wouldn't mind it, but it's the idea. You don't want something to look flashy and pretty and bells and whistles and stuff that a kid would like to look into. That's kind of the point. Just one of those metal cabinets that you can lock. It's keep the honest or whatever, but you can bolt them down, and like that they are lighter. So instead of having that little metal cabinet just sitting on the floor in your closet, maybe you mount it up on the shelf up on the wall.
No, see now if you look, my one, how high it's sitting, because it's sitting on a table. It's on a big, sturdy, heavy-duty table I got here, and it's sitting on top of it, so it can take the weight. What's in there,
And again, if you're just trying to keep a kid out of it, you could go to like Walmart or Office Depot or something like that, or maybe even like a Goodwill or a thrift store or something, and basically buy like a closet cabinet. I'm sure some of the older folks in the chat probably understand what I'm talking about. It stands about 4 or 5 feet tall, and it's got swing open doors, and it's made out of basically aluminum. And you throw some old jackets or something in there and stuff it in the corner of your house. You could put a lock around the two handles to prevent them to keep it from opening. And if you ever move, you could get rid of it, or you could throw some jackets in it when you get to decide that you're going to upgrade to a safe. If it's just keeping the kids out, I'd go as cheap as I could go and as simple as I could go, and then just make sure you add your security at the locks.
Yeah.
If there's a key lock, then that's great. If there's a way to, lock the two handles together as well as key lock them, that's probably your best bet.
I mean, if you really want to go cheap, you get a really long bike lock, really long cable lock, then you run it through all the trigger guards, and you just lock them together and throw them in a closet. It works.
That's one way. But I mean, as you said, the stack on. Everybody in the room, in the chats, a lot of them are going with stack ons. Would be your best bet.
Yeah.
And
I bought one of the actual stack on with electronic lock. It's supposed to be a quote unquote safe, but it is full of the drywall. It's not. I mean, it feels heavy. It's a 48 gun. So I mean, it's okay size, but I filled it up, and I've got hangers upon hangers and stack and linen and all sorts of stuff in there.
Well, I can tell you one thing for a fact: the Canon safes, the big one that's like, I don't know, 3 foot deep, 3.5 foot wide, 5 foot tall. A customer we were doing a house for a while back, his son had gone through the Hurricane Harvey flooding, and it fried the electronic device on the front to open it, and they had cut off the back with a grinder, and that metal was no thicker than that cheap Snap-on $100 safe, and exactly what you were saying, there was drywall inside of it.
Yeah, that's why I like that safe. Like in the position I have it, it's not exposed on the sides. It's kind of built in, and so the only way you can go through is the door, which is stupid because you can take a cutoff wheel from Harbor Freight and cut the hinges off because the hinges are exposed on this style one. So any of those ones that are like that, you can cut right to the side. But if you get one of those, you can always order from Owl and Anchor. They have a decal set that says full of black powder, do not use spark or something, will explode. And just put those stickers on the outside.
You also have to take into. Sorry, Patriot, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No. Okay.
You also have to take into consideration the floor. If you're gonna put your safe in, you say a mobile home, then if you put a 2,000-pound safe on the floor, sooner or later it's going to damage that floor. Same thing with like your attic or wherever else. If you're going to put something that's super heavy and that's going to sit in the same place for a really long time and just get heavier over time, the more you add to it, you're going to have to take into consideration the damage it's going to do to your floor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but also when you get these cabinets, I mean, they don't hold even the safe. It doesn't hold what it tells you it does. If it says it holds 10 rifles, I doubt if it will hold. I doubt if it will hold 6 good.
I've heard that from multiple people.
Do what?
I've heard that from multiple people that don't count on what they say it'll hold.
Yeah.
The thing with those stack on the little metal cabinets, I mean, they're actually just as I mean, the locks, I guess I haven't really checked them out as far as if they're just one of the key locks that flip over the little bar and they're easy to pry open or whatever. But the whole idea of it being light and you can move it and put it in a spot that it might be difficult. You put it behind a locked door. If you tell your grandkids to stay out of your room, or you don't go in this utility closet or whatever. Obviously, if you have a locked handle, that's a lot better. But you can put those in different locations, and as far as even how you install them, instead of just standing them up, maybe you can lay it down, so that it's on its side or something, and then that, I don't know. I think they're pretty good. My stepdad actually has a couple of them, and just where you put them, and as far as kind of accessibility, if you can kind of stick it in, between something where there's not access on the sides to pry or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, that all helps out too.
I tell you what, if you ever watch Never Enough Ammo, he has 2 of these that he bolted together. If you look behind him, since when he left his other house and moved to this one, instead of buying the safe, he bought a couple of those. I'm not sure if it's the exact same model I got, but it was a stack-on, and he bolted them both together. He has 2 doors, but he has them together to make it harder to move,
Yeah, I think even at like Academy and stuff, I mean, sometimes they have sales where they're, under $100, and they're, pretty nice size ones. I mean, I think even Walmart has them on sale. I mean, you can buy them pretty much anywhere. They don't, necessarily have to.
Yeah, they have different sizes in the stack-ons too. I mean, Jason Stewart saying his is a 14 gun, and it was $150. But it don't hold 14 guns, does it, Jason?
Daisy Red Riders will hold plenty of 14. As long as you don't have optics or mags or.
Yeah, it's another thing you got to take into consideration too when you get those under $100 safes that say they hold, 10 guns, 20 guns. They'll say they hold 10, but if you can fit 7, you're lucky. And then if you have any accessories like scopes or bipods, cut that number in half.
Oh yeah. I noticed that in this one here. I mean, just putting in my shotgun and my little M&P 22 with the red dot on it. I mean, that takes up all the. He can't move in there, Yeah. Then I have my handguns in there. I bought little things that stick onto the sides that the pistols drop into, trying to save space in there and stuff. I keep ammo in there too. So,
I was going to say that, and if you upgrade, you can always transfer ammo into them. So if you have a couple of them, you can put ammo in the bottom or on the side or whatever, and that'll also kind of hinder somebody from just picking it up and walking off with it like it had a handle.
Yeah.
The best thing for you to do, Pete, is just send all your guns to me, and I'll take good care of them for you.
I tell you who else has reasonably priced safes. I don't know if they have them where you're at. I only saw them the other day. First time I ever walked around the store. It's a Royal King. How you pronounce it? It's like
it's the Farm and Fleet kind of stores. Is that?
It's like a farming store. Sells all kinds of shit.
We have Atwoods around here.
Yeah, they had a brand in there that I never heard of, and the safe seemed quite. I was looking at them; they seem quite reasonably priced too. But I think for your situation, I think the stack-ons. I said they do them in different sizes, so just pick what works best for you.
Now you said is your the 5-year-old a boy or a girl?
He's a boy.
Okay. You could, if you get a pink box and put little princess stickers on the outside, maybe that would help too. He's like, man, I don't want to screw with this. This got to be grandma's or something, or I don't know. Don't mind me, I'm a blind guy, So I bought.
There you go, throwing that card out there again.
Well, one of the guns in question is his. I got him a little Remington 597 for his 5th birthday, and he knows it's his, so he's always interested in where it's at. So that's one of the main ones I need to get locked up.
Tell him to go buy his own safe then. Jeez.
Well, see, I'm in that situation myself. My oldest one graduates this year, and his graduation gift is going to be a gun safe. One, because I know he won't get one when he gets old enough to move out of the house and set up his own apartment. He'll buy electronics and garbage before he gets something like that, even though he's responsible with guns. So I figure it's a long-term gift that he's going to have this probably the rest of his life. And when he does finally move out, he'll have it, and I know everything will be just fine as far as him securing them from, say, a roommate he has, or when he gets kids, or blah 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 blah. Plus, it's also going to free up space in one of my gun safes, because it's like, well, now you got your own, so get your guns out of one of my safes. And then it frees up room for me to put more of my own guns in there. So yeah.
And really, it's because when his son moves out, he's probably not going to want to take it, and then Squibb has an extra safe.
Now that is a great, if you don't feel like carrying it, because kids today, they are a little lazy,
Yeah, you're going to be moving that every time a young person moves once he moves out, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, my biggest safe is still, I think, empty. It's 550 or 600 pounds. 2 people can move that. 1 person can move it with a dolly, but 2 people can move it. So I have moved my safes from house to apartment to trailer to house to apartment to. I have. It's not been fun, but it's not really any more different than moving, say, a dresser or a refrigerator. I'd say a refrigerator is a bigger pain, or a washer and dryer, even though they're lighter, is a bigger pain, because the safes are kind of narrow. So it's, for me, it hasn't been an issue. You can rent a dolly at U-Haul if you want, or you can go buy one if you want to have something decent, or you can borrow one from your job if they've got them at work, and you know whoever's in charge of shipping or maintenance or whatever, and you just get a 1-inch cargo strap from a home improvement store or auto parts store, and you wrap that around and hook it to the dolly. Or, like I said, you take the door off, and that lightens at 150 pounds. And you lay it on its back, and somebody grabs the inside of the top, and somebody grabs the inside of the bottom, and you pick it up, and you literally walk out with it. It's really not that bad, and that's safe with fireproofing in it. One of mine has double fireproofing in it. I mean, they're all fairly heavy. They're all fairly heavy, but they are portable if and when we move again. So yeah, if when he moves out of the house, he wants to take this safe that I'm going to get him. I'm going to go down to Bass Pro or Cabela's and get it. If he wants to take it with him, and he goes, "Dad, can you help me move it?" Yeah, 2 of us could move it, no problem.
There you go. So we giving you a bunch of ideas there, Pete.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate the advice, guys.
No problem. No problem. Has anybody else got anything else they want to bring up while we're here? And I'm going to throw this out there to the chat or anybody. If you got any questions you want asked, or is there anything you want us to know or look up, send them to me in email to Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com. I'm running out of ideas here. I know there's plenty, but when I'm sitting here, my mind goes blank. Then it's normally after the show. I go, oh, damn, I could have asked that, but I forget to write it down. By the time next week comes, I forgot all about it.
Why don't you write yourself a note reminding you to write things down?
That's what I need to do. So, but I'm saying, does anybody's out there got any topics for either this show or Saturday's show? Saturday's more broad in the topics than this one.
Now, wait a minute. All you got to do is tune into Caliber Corner Thursday nights from 6 to 8 Central, is that? And what would that be?
No, that's
7 to 9 Central? Is it 6 to 8 Eastern, or?
Yeah, 6 to 8 Eastern.
I can't remember. He's got his time zones all confused.
Time.
So just tune into that and just copy whatever he does, and you'll be set.
Well, that's why he moved it to Thursday, because he could wait until after Wednesday show to get his topics. So everybody thinks he moved it from Saturday to the Thursday prior. It was actually to after the next Wednesday, so he could get stuff from Rick's show. It's a true story.
My dogs are barking a lot right now. I got to jump off. Thanks for having me, Rick, and everybody have a great day. I got to go see what's happening with my dogs.
Okay, later.
All right.
See you all later. Thanks for having me.
See you, Rick.
Kingpin.
Anyway, we're running to the end, and as you know, it's Wednesday, and it's coming to 8 o'clock here on the Eastern time, the only time that matters. And I'm having pizza tonight, if anybody's interested. Normally midnight asks me what I'm having, but I know he's lurking because he already said so. You know? So, who's the thieving bastard? Midnight Range. Oh, you're talking about topics off of Travis? Yeah, so I'm having pizza. So that's what I'm having for dinner. Frozen pizza in the oven, nice and quick. You know?
As long as it's not that fake pizza from Domino's.
No, it's I can't remember the brand it is, but I mentioned it once before. It's pretty good actually for what it is. You know?
I actually just dumped over $100 into Little Caesar pizza kits from my daughter's school selling them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you know, got to get the garlic parmesan and all that extra stuff.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let me run through the panel here for you can say your plugs and your shout outs. Let's start with Blind Shooter.
Hey, Rick, thanks for having me. Always appreciate it. If anybody's interested in entering my giveaway, just go to my channel. Drawing is going to be done on the Every Second Matters of May.
Okay. Forklift Guy. Any shout outs?
Good timing. Boss just came in here and he just left. He needed to use my multimeter. Shout outs. Watch other people's shows because they're interesting. Oh yeah, and watch Rick's show too. It's sort of interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, when's the next installment of your Squib Notes, whatever you call it?
Oh, I kind of like that too. Squib Notes. Maybe I should do that one too. Speaking Squibbish, I don't know if I've got one in the. I might have one sitting on the whatever that is, the Creator Studio, and just have to go from private to public or whatnot. I've got some stuff that I need to work on. I was on vacation for a week, so I've been shooting footage, and so far some of the stuff I downloaded. The mic went dead on the camera. Nice. So I got to do voiceovers on that, and then some of the other stuff I had to testing out a dash cam, and I don't know what it is about Texas, Oklahoma, and Arizona, but we got a ton of bugs all over the windshield. So I don't know if I want to use footage, me driving through an area, talking about what it looks like out in this part of the country or whatnot with a big splattered bug in the shot. So I've got a lot of footage to go through, and I've got to sort out what I'm going to do. I was testing out some gear. I was trying to take some footage of some national parks. I plan to do a video on, we visited the Trinity site, so I got to put everything together and see if I can make anything out of it. I have a feeling that out of hours and hours of video, I'm only going to get minutes and minutes, so it's going to take a while.
Okay. All right. Patriot, any shout out?
I was going to say, if you did the Trinity site and you had a bug crawling over the lens of that camera, it might look cool, like it's a giant bug. But
the radioactivity. There were signs that said danger radioactivity, and there were people going around with those dosimeters, the Geiger counters, and you could hear them, making that crackling noise. But I don't know if it's really that dangerous, considering they let the public in there.
So yeah, I have. I got a couple video ideas. I've recently. Usually, I stick around with the Second Amendment stuff, and all these gun channels and that. But I actually veered off because of Blind Shooter had kind of showed me a guy or whatever. Anyways, I've been checking out a couple other channels, and some of those channels have had little challenges and top 10 questions to ask, and So I'm going to do a couple of those in the next few days. So they're going to be a little different. One of the guys that we've been talking with is Blind Grilling. He's a blind guy and he grills. He also likes firearms. So
yeah, I mean, I sent him an email. You know, maybe he didn't recognize me, but I sent him one for the show.
Yeah, he said Wednesdays he's kind of busy on those days. So, but
I can add it to Saturdays too. So,
but some of that stuff is pretty interesting. So I'm gonna I've got a couple videos that I'm gonna kind of try to focus obviously still on the Liberty stuff, but check out the Defend Liberty series. Do your part and make a difference. Talk to people in real life, and reach out to those vets and those guys that are around that look like they're tough and don't talk. Because you never know. Just that little couple words here and there can help out. So, thank you much. I'll see you guys later.
All right, Pete. Any shout outs or plugs?
I just wanted to remind everybody to like, subscribe, and share all your favorite Gun Channels content, and you'll see me in a side chat on YouTube any day now.
All right.
Thanks for the invite, Rick.
Thanks for showing up. And I want to say thank you to everybody in the chats for showing up. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back again next Wednesday at 7 p.m., but I'll be back again this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for the normal chat that we just talk about whatever I decide I want to talk about. So I will say thank you all for being here, and I don't know if anybody's coming up next, but Never Enough Ammo's coming up at 9. I know that much. So then I don't know what's after that, but there's a couple more. So I want to say, thanks for all being here, and I'll see you all on Saturday.